Looks like I missed over $13 million from the last several days getting exercised by the US government for Palantir, as well as them doubling down on expanding their developer community today. So, looking at the money first, really quickly, I was scrolling through the Federal Procurement Data System website and saw a bunch of action obligations I haven't covered yet in a video. And actually, all the way back on September 11th, we get everyone's favorite government entity, the Internal Revenue Service or IRS, at $9 million. Then the Office of the Assistant Secretary for Administration at around $1.9 million for these two later on September 16. Then we also got the Department of Energy for $1.5 million, and then the Federal Aviation Administration at $717,000. So great job on Palantir continuing to collect these from a wide variety of government agencies, from military to non-military, which continues to show their versatility as well as ability to service many departments and agencies that seemingly do all different things. Now, for Palantir's latest strategy that was also alluded to during AIPCon, developers. It's all fine and dandy continuing to sign up customers who have employees that will learn the software and eventually ramp up as SMEs in their organizations, but there's also the advantage of hiring and bringing on employees from the outside who already have experience coming in with Palantir's products with that, say, experience they're trying to bring today. And that can bring a different lens to how you implement it at your own organization. So first, Palantir posted on X their DevCon for builders. They're putting out a chance to get into an invite-only developer conference event, which if you go to the link you can apply to, but will need to submit a link to your project for evaluation. Now, I have no idea about the demand for this event or what kind of volume they're expecting, but it's targeted towards Foundry and AIP developers, so most likely a lot of them will be people who have either worked on their products as an employee or started playing around with the software on build.palantir.com on your own. And they are bringing 150 of these folks together for 2 days to go through workshops, showcases, and competitions. So I'd imagine it may even be like a hackathon per se, where you kind of network and find others with similar or complementary skill sets and their experiences with Palantir's products, and then hash out more ideas to improve your own and others. Now, from an investor perspective, this is not necessarily the money maker, but it is crucial for the adoption of Palantir software throughout different enterprises because with a very simplistic example, of course, we expect a certain pool of candidates to use Excel. There are certain competencies we expect them to come in with right off the bat. And with that, we can quickly throw someone in front of a spreadsheet and have them able to work with it or at least ask intelligent questions about it. Now, obviously, a bit more advanced would be this concept for Palantir's products eventually. Not saying it's going to come quickly and as widespread and as straightforward as Excel per se, and most likely this will also be constrained to a more select pool of candidates in the workforce. But regardless of how big that can get, having some who's built out with Palantir is highly valuable for employers to not only set up Palantir, but maximize the value in using it, which in turn can be a self-feeding loop over time and making adoption much easier because the risk of implementing Palantir's products without having the workforce to utilize it effectively goes down over time since those skill sets are more widely available, and this is across industries too. So I'm personally happy to continue seeing Palantir go after this side of their business where a lot of folks actually see it as the missing piece of having a developer community, plus additional perks like getting varying perspectives to improve their products outside the enterprise is valuable and puts a different spin on how the product can develop over time as well as the things they add. And also the chance of getting a moonshot where a developer just builds on their own, maybe a startup or an idea on say build.palantir.com. And then in the end, it actually ends up scaling much faster and more successfully and larger than they expected, where they become an actual homegrown customer expanding to an enterprise account over time. So at least that's a non-zero chance now, or at least that improves as more people get their hands on the software. But what are your thoughts though below on the latest moves from Palantir? Let me know below, and I'll see you in the next video.